Well, here we go again. I have a scripture for you. I want to just have a little conversation with you because we got several um, topics that are going on at the same time with the drones, what's going on in Syria. We're gonna have the inauguration coming up on January 20th. There's a lot of different things happening that got people scratching their heads. I think one of the most interesting is what's going on in Syria. And I'll tell you why. We talked about it before. Let me give you the scripture first, though. It's Isaiah 17, verse 1. It says, "The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap." That's no matter what translation you read it in, it kind of says the same thing. The NIV says, "See, Damascus will no longer be a city, but will become a heap of ruins." Now, what is so interesting about that is that I believe Damascus is, it either is or one of the most, the cities with the longest longevity of being inhabited of any city on earth, Damascus. And now here we are. This is being fulfilled. It's been being fulfilled. And the reason that Syria is so important is because it wraps around kind of Israel. Of course, it touches Jordan. It touches Lebanon. Part of the Syrian refugees, 4,000 of them have went into Turkey. And as we find out about this group of terrorists, this terrorist group, Abu Muhammad al-Jawani is the new leader there. And he, of course, came out of, he was part of Al-Qaeda, he was part of ISIS. He's been around for about 20 years. And so what's going on there, and this scripture here from Isaiah was 700 years or so before Jesus came. So 2,700 years ago, this was said. And now Damascus has never been left a ruinous heap. This is the hour. This is the time. And so, and in that, the dictator, premier, president, whatever word he wants to use to make himself feel good, al-Assad, the Assad family, had been there for 54 years in reign. His dad reigned 30 years. He reigned 24. They're finding prisons over there that nobody's even looked into for quite a while. He killed massive amounts of people. They think 500,000 or 600,000 in the Civil War. I was watching the news channel. It might have been the BBC. They're in the room with nothing but body bags with bones in them. And the whole prison is full of parents and spouses and siblings with ledgers trying to find one guy who was looking for his 15-year-old son that had been taken there 6 years ago. And so we probably know that one of those bags is his. But this is a terrible regime of people, even that the Syrians that were under Assad when this new, I'm sure, dictator that wants to have a Sharia law caliphate. He wants all of Israel, all of Syria to be run under Muslim rule. And they're thinking that he's going to accommodate the Christians, the Kurds, the Muslims, all the Buddhists, all the different groups. And he's more or less making people think that. But a lot of the undertones of the message that you're hearing, even now on CNN, ABC, CBS, some of these main stations, they're going through this guy's history. He's wanted by the FBI. There's a $10 million bounty on his head, and he's the new leader of Syria. And so it's all about the timing for me. It's all about why is this taking place right now? When Hamas has been wiped out, Hezbollah has been broken. The only one left are the Houthis, and down in Yemen, but they're active. They were shooting rockets into Israel yesterday in in defense of Hamas. And so, what does all this stuff mean? It's not just this. I mean, uh, how can we have 50,000 drones over New Jersey and New England and all these places? And Congress, the military, the FBI, the CIA, the entire Justice Department, their favorite answer is, we don't know. Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe, and they're saying there's nothing provocative enough about it to appear to be a threat. If I'm in a neighborhood as low as 1,000 feet or 1,200 feet, I can hear a drone and it sounds like a Harley or a bus or something, and it's as big as a medium-sized car, and the sky is full of them. What do you mean you don't know? How can we be protected by a country that don't know that? And so makes people believe everything. Makes me believe the line. Makes me believe that they know something that they can't say, or it's a part of a bigger deal. Maybe they want to throw it off on UFOs. Maybe, the religious and spiritual world are saying it may be the fallen angels. But anyway, that the UFO theory's been going on for a long time. I think it started in New Mexico in 1947. So it's been going on a long time. But there are no aliens. How do I know that? Well, God so loved the world, the earth, that he gave his only begotten son. Here, this world, humans. And God's not a respecter of persons. If there are persons on another planet, then that same salvation would have to indicate that it worked for them. And they're not almond-eyed, big-headed people. Listen, my theory about all them things you see about aliens, hands dragging the ground, eyes like almonds, a little pointed head. How in the world can they be that smart and be that ugly? My God, man, you can figure out plastic surgery if nothing else. I don't believe that. I believe that anything that's out there that indicates or has this aura about it that it's otherworldly, it's either a fallen angel which could be a demon, or it is a manifestation of some kind of angel or something supernatural. I don't believe it's natural. I don't believe the world's mouth is too big. Somebody would be turning something over or something. And so when I look at this, I see what's going on in the Middle East again. Israel's been at war since the 7th day of October, 2023. It's at war with it's 7 to 9 different entities. They have bombed 350 sites in Syria because all the chemical warfare and all the what little weapons of mass destruction they may have to be destroyed. Bibi Netanyahu knows that stuff can't wind up in the hands of this terror group, no matter what they're saying. And so they have retaken their place at the border with Syria, which was against the Golan Heights, and they're doing it with force. It's the right thing to do. It's untelling what will happen on the 20th. The word's already out that President Trump is told them to turn the hostages over or there will be hell to pay. Now, what does that mean? What's happening? Well, we're in a moment. Don't turn your head. Don't turn around and think things are going to get better and better and better. Don't be deceived. See, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes. As travail upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. We are pressing into a time that Jesus said it never was nor never shall be. There's never been a time like this. No, no, not like this. When you add it all up, the border, the gender dysphoria, the gangs in America, the Venezuelan gangs in America that's in maybe all cities, but at least 20 or 30. And then what are they doing? They're taking over things. They're taking over things. The cartel in Mexico is running the border. It has been for some time. It takes $8,000 to bring somebody across that border. Where are people getting this money and how are they doing it? How rich is the cartel? You know, and they're not just on the other side of the Rio Grande. They're on this side working. You can believe it. And so rejoice because we may have a breather, but don't mess around. Don't think, well, now everything's swell. Happy days are here again. No, I don't believe that. If you can hear that, you can go on some of these stations and they can tell you how great it's going to be. You get ready to go right into the millennial kingdom, no tribulation. You don't have nothing to worry about. Listen, don't be deceived. Don't believe every voice you hear. The Bible has a structure about it. The next thing to happen on the spiritual calendar is the rapture of the church. 3 great miracles in the New Testament: the virgin birth, the resurrection of Christ, and the rapture. Jesus is coming. Look up. Your redemption's drawing nigh.